still wouldn't do much against the X-Borg. So
That's
it's a
true.
solid pickup. And oh!
Wow!
Yesterday's Joy!
Wow!
And in
All
the
right.
week 1 too. DK played a Joy in week 1. So yesterday in week 1's Joy! In the hands of King Kong!
Absolute cinema is what we witnessed during that draft, because it's the Super Family's chemistry going up against a champion's synergy. Welcome to the English Desk. This is the star match of week number 4. My name is Ingan. Together with me is Naisu.
Yes, sir.
And Naisu, what can you say? I know we called the draft absolute cinema, fantastic, but realistically, okay, who are you leaning towards, especially in the early to mid game?
Ah, man, I don't know. I love both drafts here. It's tough to decide, especially when we were going through the draft with our boys over there on the panel. But this one I can see going anyway. But look how much damage also FNATIC is just going for. Triple Warcry Emblem.
Oh,
they want the damage here and now.
oh my goodness. So it's Kirk, it's King Kong, and it's Kelra. So you can expect a really aggressive rotation from FNATIC ONIC. And it actually makes sense, but look at this first.
King Kong? Already going to get knocked up and just baked here. Kyle Teasy will go ahead and pick up the kill early on.
Okay, so that's the dilemma. But wait, Few!
Oh, no. He should be fine. Super Frince flickers out Few as well. A whole lot. I mean, this is what we expected, Ingan.
Okay, so that's the dilemma of having 3 Warcries. You know, you think you have enough damage, you have enough to burst down the members of FALCONS APBREN, but the problem is FALCONS APBREN, they're ready for it. They're ready for those kinds of aggressive lineups. That's why they have Flap TZ to dish out the damage, to burn the bulky heroes, and at the same time Ogwin. But for me, the problem, I think, is the mobility of the roamer of FALCONS APBREN. What do you think?
You think it's the mobility? I think at this point, honestly, he has one job, man. It's land those penalty zones. When he has the flicker, that's great. And Ogwin, honestly, that's all he has to do. Right now, though, the battle for this turtle is going to break out. Not sure if they commit to it. Looks like King Kong will just go ahead and secure it out. They bring Brusco back here. The Flare's going to be there, too. Another trip back to the fight. Revenge strike landed, but it's not enough to kill Brusco.
Oh, but now they're focusing their eyes on this purple buff. And now this is where the stats come in. We've seen a while ago that in terms of turtle control, Lord control, FNATIC ONIC has the edge. But that's the thing, FALCONS APBREN, they don't care about neutral objectives. They just want to go for the kill. Similar to what we've witnessed last season with Echo, wherein they just use the neutral objectives as bait.
Let me ask you, since you asked me, I'll ask you.
Okay.
What do you think of a Terizla roam? Because now we're seeing more and more unique roam picks.
Okay, I honestly don't like it. Again, you have the Brave Smite and the Body of Smith to be as tanky as possible. But as the roamer, you're the first man first. You need to be the frontliner. You need to secure those brushes for unexpected penalty, those zone flickers. But the problem is, again, the mobility. I know the emblem set of Ogwin has the 2 boots, but still up against the Grok.
You just feel like he's not fast enough.
Yeah, he's not fast enough.
Which I mean, yeah, anybody that's played Terizla is like, man, this guy is slow.
Yeah,
but
it's
there's a reason like he's slow. Your whole job is obviously to be this. I mean, his passive is literally Body of Smith, right? He is going to be this heavy character. But I think still there's value to be said with you have Terizla. Your job is to get the penalty zone. If you manage to lock down multiple members, then you play into the last insanity, right? Coming out from Flap TZ here. Not to mention, everything is like in this radius or a circle. The enhanced chains as well from the Julian pick, and that's why we see the Julian pick up so often now in certain combinations. The Jushin was a surprise to me too for Few, just because honestly, like coming into the regular season, we expected to see her a lot, but then she kind of fell off a little bit for picks wise. It's just more niche here.
I think it's a good answer against Brusco. Even if it's a Grok with a passive power of nature that he becomes CZ immune, we've seen Brusco play recently always zoning out, doesn't care about the damage output of the opposing team. That's where Few comes in. Making sure that, hey Brusco, are you sure you want to zone out? Are you sure you want to frontline? But now the teams are starting to turtle. It's an even ball game.
All right, going to grab him back too. Brusco goes in with a flicker wild charge, gets the knock up. Now just going to go ahead and sacrifice himself, getting thrown around as Brusco falls. But FNATIC ONIC, King Kong, wanted the objective, and they get the second turtle of the game.
Okay, again, that for me, that's a worth it trade for the Bees. They let go of the turtle, but still, they have the gold lead. And again, Kyle TZ picks up a... Was it Kyle or Few?
That what?
They got the kill onto Brusco for that second turtle. I think it was Kyle. I'm just assuming it's Kyle. But again, still a worth the trade for Falcons APBREN. Now the main question here is...
Oh!
Wait!
There's the penalty zone we were talking about. They're going to try to drag Super Friends. Eternal Guard drop down too. Has to pop the beacon. They might still go for more. They drag King Kong back. He dodges it. And FlapTZ will go in under the wall, under the turret, as he gets Spear Destruction. Oh, multiple members. I don't think you pull the trigger on that, even if you are Super Marco.
You get, again, there's the Deathly Grasp coming in from Super Friends that could easily terrify the Super Marco. So still, the discipline of both of these teams are still here. A little bit of an overextension from FlapTZ, although I thought it was a win because he was able to expend the flicker of Super Friends. But Brusco once again, man. Always ready with those unexpected wild charge plays.
Yeah, it's a wild Brusco half the time, and honestly, that's what he's got to do. Like, he's got to make those decisions, and sometimes FCAP, the way they're playing, you know, they're going to press those situations. They're going to put the pressure on any team that they play up. It's almost like they're just limit testing this super family, right?
Yeah.
That's what they have to do for this. You even heard it. If you guys didn't catch that built-up video, the one for both these teams, it was amazingly put together, and a great interview, too, from, of course, both of the coaches on how these teams have built their own version of chemistry and synergy all together here. Again, Brusco goes in with Wild Charge. They're going to try to catch Few. Flickers on out, pops the beacon as well. We'll be back to safety, and now with everything, Turtle, third one of the game. Is it going to go to FNATIC again?
Okay, Few also pops his Purify here, so limited resources for Falcons APBREN coming into this third Turtle. The last two Turtle takes went to FNATIC ONIC, but Falcons APBREN manages to find the trade with 2 kills. And this time it's going to be a 5-on-5. Who's going to get the Turtle here? It looks like King Kong still.
Wow, even with that. But is there a counterplay here? FCAP pops a conceal. I don't think they're going to find anything.
But look at Marco, though.
3 for 3 objectives. Marco pushing on the bottom side, as he should, as the Mozcom.
Okay, evens out. The turret takedowns, 1 for 1. 1 in the bottom, 1 in the top for these teams respectively. And Falcons APBREN still holding on to this gold lead as King Kong commits a Grand Theft Purple.
What do you think of the Joy, man? Like, I know we saw it yesterday as well. Are you liking it in the mix-up of all the assassins we've seen so far in the jungle?
I mean, for me, I'm biased against, honestly, the Joy and the Nolan. I honestly don't like playing with those kinds of heroes because it's really hit or miss. Like,
so your bias isn't you don't like them?
Yeah, against them.
You're against
I don't
them.
like it's like a hero that either you win with it or lose with it. There's no in-between. There's no 50-50 when it comes to those heroes, for me personally.
Well, again, you know, even with that, I think Joy, she shakes things up enough, or like Joy, this shakes things up enough in the meta of the constant lings, the Hayabusas, the Nolan, of course, still there.
The Fanny, yeah.
Fanny for certain teams, but like Joy is one of those ones where like you are literally just trying to keep up with Joy for the most part, and that's why I said I was even happy yesterday when we got to see the Bane back-to-back, just showing some different flavor, I would say, into the jungle here, and Joy definitely serves that purpose for FNATIC in this game. And if you look at the past minute where there's nothing crazy happening in these team fights, they've gone and whittled down that gold lead that FCAP had.
You know, I've been noticing a lot of head-to-head matchups between the junglers. We've been seeing, you know, assassin junglers always meeting 1v1 like this happening right
Kyle
now.
TZ gonna go in, enhanced sword. Oh, Kirk though, looking to pick up the kill. Won't be able to get it. Already using the Primal Raft. He might be forced to fight. Super Friends there dropping down the Eternal Guard, and they disengage from it. Good backup from both sides of the teams.
Okay, so that's 3 ultimates wasted for FNATIC ONIC and 2 used up as well for Falcons APBREN. 3 Turtles was secure by FNATIC here. And I think this time Falcons APBREN, either they go for the Lord or at least get 2 kills. So FNATIC ONIC doesn't manage to utilize that very first Lord, and even the lead has switched to the side of the Sonics. And looking at the map, a lot has happened, a lot of rotations has happened, but seems like only 2 towers have been taken down. A relatively slow game despite, you know, a lot of almost kills.
Close fights, close kills.
Yeah.
I mean, even with that, man, like looking at this, Kelra, you know, he's got the Sky Piercer, but really hasn't been able to find any kills just yet. And even on the other side, it's just like FCAP is slowly cooking. Like, they're slowly building up here. especially with the fact that, again, that you do have, you know, some tankier front lights to deal with. You do have to get through Brusco if you're FCAP. But additionally, as the game drags on longer, maybe this ends up being a 20-plus minute game by the way things are going. You know, I feel like it's going to be more difficult for FNATIC to even deal with, for example, the FLAP TZ on this export.
Yeah, I was about to mention that if ever the Lord dances do extend and FLAP just constantly uses those flamethrowers, it's going to be an easy game for Falcons APBREN. But right now, they're charging onto few. King Kong has to use the Rhythm of Joy to escape that Lantern Flare. Now, Falcons APBREN, they have Super Marco here in the middle lane. Wow, at this point, it just looks like a chess match, like just waiting for each other's move. Who's going to attack first? Because at this point, I think even if Brusco manages to find a wild charge, with the kits that Falcons APBREN have, they can easily turn things around, the Clash especially.
This is one of the things that really reminds me of, you know, how teams, for a while, especially last year, they were looking, Brusco should be fine. Yeah. So they were looking at FCAP. Oh, he wants to fight, goes in, conceal, wild charge to follow it up. Here's Super Marco firing back now. Oakwood goes in with the penalty zone, won't be able to lock it down because the power of nature now gets taken out of the picture. Last Insanity already popped as well, still gonna be looking for more. Kirk goes in, pops the Primal Wrath. Couldn't pick up a kill, it's only Oakwood that goes down.
Wow.
Does FNATIC ONIC go for the Lord here?
I think they have to go for the kill, either pick up onto Brusco, because right now a lot of resources have been expended. And now Brusco suffers the brunt of the Lantern Flare.
Good backup here. They're going to jump in. Kelra going for the kill. Has to flicker defensively. And now Kelra. Oh, the spear distraction to land. And here comes Super Marco. Able to pick up a double. Looking for the next one. Is this the triple? He comes. He shows up. Grabs the kill. And now they're going to be able to get the Lord. Super Marco, does he want more? Kirk's just around the corner. I don't know what Kirk's going to accomplish here, but still, what a play. What an entrance from Super Marco.
Arriving in style and looking at the Infinix instant replay. When you thought FNATIC ONIC had the upper hand, one Spear of Destruction was all they needed from the bulletproof Marco as he teared down the battlefield. That was 3 kills. A kill was picked up by FLAP TZ, but look at the lead, 2.8k gold lead. They executed that clash to perfection.
Dude, I don't know what it is. Super Marco, a lot of Mozcons players do this. You don't see them for the majority of the game because they're just, you know, farming up, doing their thing, sitting in a side lane. And then it comes down to one of those fights, one of those objectives where it's like, yep, there's one Spear Destruction, boom. We turn it around. And then you really feel that Mozcov. And then it looks like FNATIC's going to try to make a counterplay with this push here. They already used the conceal. They're going to crash down. Penalty zone there as well. Again, the Spear's going to come following up. And now King Kong will get taken out of the picture. And there's Kirk as well as FCAP looks to crunch down, close down under the turret. The Lord finally goes down, but FNATIC ONIC down 2.
Oh, down 2 inhibitor turrets here for FNATIC ONIC. Still 4 members.
Let's see if they can do it. They're going to try to keep it together, and Brusco goes for the sacrifice, but it might be too late. They can't clear out the minions. FCAP goes for more kills, but they go for the base as they take game number 1.
What stands in the way of the Super family is none other than Super Marco.
Whew, Super Marco, man. The Spear Destruction just shows up, and this is what I love. You just look at him, take a look at him after this. He's always just calm and collected. He smiles a little bit, and he knows